welcome to Trojan News for Friday, January 21st. I'm ARIANNA, HALE.
And I'm BLANEY.
The Outdoor Conservation Club will be accepting real Christmas trees for habitat projects until January 25th. Trees must have all decorations removed and can be dropped off at the GHS lower parking lot by the tennis courts. Look for the signs for drop-off.
It's hard to believe, but the second semester has begun. For seniors, many exciting events await. Through all the excitement, seniors shouldn't forget to apply for scholarships. The Community Foundation is a great place to start. Students can visit calm-foundation.org to apply to dozens of scholarships with just one application. The deadline to apply for most scholarships is February 28th.
One scholarship that is not part of the Community Foundation is the Buell Regional Health Foundation Scholarship. Scholarship applicants must meet the following criteria. Number 1, reside in the Buell Regional Health Foundation service area. Number 2, be pursuing an RN bachelor's degree or higher in a health-related field. And number 3, be enrolled as a full-time college student for the 2022 and 2023 school year. Pick up a form in the guidance office or visit buellregionalhealthfoundation.org/scholarships.
Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Lanciotti. The Lanciottis welcomed Emersyn Maryanne to the world Sunday afternoon. She weighed 8 pounds and measured 20 inches. Mom and baby are doing well.
Greenville students and teachers wore red on Thursday, December 9th to support 7th grade student DAWSON KOREN in his battle against cancer. Prior to his most recent biopsy, DAWSON was presented with several gifts.
Teachers and students met in Mr. Lanciotti's room on Thursday, December 9th to surprise DAWSON with gifts prior to his latest biopsy. Of his gifts, there was a Nintendo Switch with 2 games, which were Mario Kart and Smash Bros. Cameron Warner read the card and gave a message from the teachers. DAWSON first had cancer when he was 4 years old, and the process was extensive.
I had to put a port in my chest, on my right side, right underneath my shoulder. So they went in, put that in every so often, and I couldn't play sports for a while. So they put needles in, and then they put fluids and stuff through it. So then we had to do that for a while.
He found out that he had cancer for the 3rd time on Wednesday, November 12th.
They took the port out, did a scan, put the port back in, and then did a whole nother round of it.
On Friday, December 10th, he will have a procedure done to determine what treatment is needed.
They're going to go in Friday and do a biopsy to find out if it's the same thing as last time. And they're going to probably give me medicine for it, so I don't have to get the port or anything.
DAWSON had some great advice for other kids with cancer.
Keep your head up. Don't worry about it. Just keep your mind focused on the end. Until you get to past that point where you know you got this, just keep going. Just keep pushing it. Just don't even worry about it.
Any track student interested in lifting with Mr. Failer can sign up with Mrs. Yates in room 124. Lifting sessions will be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:15 to 4:15.
According to a recent study, the most common phobia is the fear of social interactions. Fear of spiders, snakes, heights, flying, and dogs are common as well. We can't control our fears no matter how rational or irrational they may seem to others. We asked GHS students what their biggest fears are.
My biggest fear is probably the water, because even just going on boats, I always feel like I'm just gonna fall off and then I'm gonna get eaten by a shark.
Sharks, because I don't like the idea of them because they can eat you.
My biggest fear is heights.
My biggest fear is clowns.
Stink bugs and frogs.
What's your biggest fear?
Probably clowns. What's your biggest fear?
Spiders.
Cool. We hope that no one is afraid of cold weather because Melody Robinson is standing by in the Weather Center with a frigid weekend forecast. Melody?
Thanks, Arianna. Hello and welcome to today's weather report. Still chilly weather for the weekend. Outdoor activities are looking limited. On Friday, there will be a high of 21 degrees and a low of -2. Saturday's weather seems a little warmer with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 17. Next week seems to be bringing warmer weather. For instance, Sunday is staying in the 20s with a high of 23 and a low of 7. The high of Monday is 28 degrees with a low of 25. Tuesday seems to be the warmest weather with a high of 31 and a low of 14. I guess you can say it's snow laughing matter in western PA. Let's go back to Arianna and Ella in the studio.
Thanks, Melody. Pfizer states an Omicron vaccine could be ready by March, and Logan Paul makes a regrettable purchase. Bella Gailey has these stories and more in this week's World Watch.
Publicly, Pfizer claimed they could deliver an Omicron-based vaccine by March 2022, if needed. Many doctors mentioned they do not see any evidence that suggests we should make an Omicron-specific vaccine. The University of Maryland doctors in Baltimore performed their very first transplant of putting a pig heart into a human, and it was very successful. The surgeon performed on 57-year-old David Bennett, and it took a total of 7 hours. Spain has passed a new law making pets legal family members. If there were to be any fights in the family where a pet gets involved, court will now consider the animal's well-being while deciding who gets custody over the pet. Logan Paul's $3.5 million Pokemon card box ends up being fake. The box turns out to be full of G.I. Joe cards. I'm Bella Gailey with this week's World Watch.
The wrestling team and girls basketball team were victorious over the past week. Mason Moore has more in this week's sports report. Mason?
The wrestling team squared off against both CP and HALE at home on Wednesday, January 2nd. After winning the first match over CP, the Trojans got right back to work against HALE. The Trojans started the match with a Riley Nealon pin for the 79th career victory. The Trojans followed with pins by Caleb Springer, Neo Roski, Mason Moore, and Colin Wilson. The Trojans ultimately won 53-24. After the match, Coach Reynolds was pleased with the girth of his team.
The road to Hershey in Pennsylvania, and that is really a big focus for our team. There's growth in the struggle, and it's really, honestly, even beyond wrestling, it's about the person you become along the way. If you can learn to develop a little bit of grit and perseverance and teamwork and work ethic, high school athletics really adds a lot of value to our kids. So we're pleased with that, and we're going to continue to strive to get better and hopefully peak at the right time at the end of the year, because you're certainly judged by what you do at the end of the year.
The Lady Trojans scored another win against Northeast on Tuesday, January 18th. The final score of the game was 52-42. 3 of the ladies were in double figures. Josie Lewis had 13, Anna Harps had 16, and Grace Cano was the highest scorer with 17 points. As both always, Reese Scholar and Sarah Malik had an amazing defensive game. Reese had 7 total rebounds and Sarah had 4 steals. The girls have been working hard getting ready for their upcoming game. Come to support the girls as they face off against Sharpsville on Monday the 24th. That's this week's sports report. Let's send it back to Arianna and Ella in the studio.
Thanks, Mason. Be sure to tune in to Trojan News for all the latest in Greenville School District news and events. For Trojan News, I'm Ella.
And I'm Arianna.
Have a great day.